Man, all this time I thought Littlefoot was a male. Looks like he might be a female. Think he laid an infertile egg in the enclosure. So today we gotta make sure she's not egg bound, save this lizard's life. We're gonna build a nest box and upgrade her enclosure into a grow tent. Let's go. Alright, so let's get to it, yo. This is what happened, man. I fed quail eggs a day or two before this. I went to go in the enclosure. I don't even know what I was doing. I went to go mess with Littlefoot. I'm always messing with Littlefoot. She's actually been getting really good with handling and stuff. So I've been working with her a ton. When I first got her, I didn't even expect to be where she is right now with handling. Man, if I lost this animal, I would definitely lose my mind. It would break my heart. I did not expect to get this girl to the point I did. But anyway, that's not here nor there. I go in the enclosure. I find this little white, didn't even barely look like an egg. It was like, wasn't real full, wasn't real hard. And at first I thought it was a quail egg. Come to find out, I put it online. I put reels up on Instagram, Facebook. People were telling me, no, that's a male. She's a male. And I really thought it was a male. No, she is a female. Look, I can't even get it right. I still can't get my head around it. She is a female, but I thought she was a male. She grew very slow in the beginning, so I assumed it was a male. Male stays smaller. I've heard people say that you can feel the hemipenes on a male, and I definitely feel two lumps at the base of her tail, so I assumed it was a male. And that's on me. Yes, I should have checked into it more. I should have been on top of it, so I would have known, and I would have had the leg box. So all this is on me. I 100% take that. And then to top it all off, the enclosure she's in not even big enough for a lay box. I was getting ready to put her in an upgraded enclosure once these snakes lay their eggs. Their last two snakes are due to lay in like another week and a half. So that was on the agenda. I wanted to be able to put all my effort and all my mind towards it. I didn't just want to throw it together. Now I got to rush it. But either way, we got to do what we got to do. We got to save this snake. I want her to get these eggs out of her. She's been in this lay box a bunch, hoping she deposited them, but the thing's not set up right because I didn't have enough sand because I just used the last of the sand I got on the Ackie monitor I got. Look at our girl. She's all tired out from laying the eggs. She's very lethargic, man. I'm trying to lay the eggs. She'll just keep digging forever if she don't find the right spot to lay them. She did eat from me today. We gotta get this lay box out of here. Hopefully we'll open it up and there'll be some eggs in it. But like I said, it's not the right consistency in there, so I'm not got my hopes up too much for that. I am so sorry, girl. Dad is so sorry. I'm gonna make this right. We're gonna get you right. Right, Mom? Like I said, she did eat from me today, so that's a good sign. She hasn't really eaten the past couple of days, and her appetite seemed to be pretty much back, so I'm hoping with any luck, maybe she did deposit some eggs in this box. But let's get to this lay box. Alright, so materials for the lay box. The materials you're going to need, of course you're going to need a box. I got all these materials here because we're doing more than just a box. Don't forget, we're doing this grow tent today. Stick around, you're going to want to see this. I'm telling you, that'll be worth it. Stick around. We got the box. You need a box with some locks on it because you want to be able to keep it closed. You need some kind of substrate. So I already got substrate in here. That is mainly the jungle mix here. I didn't have enough sand because of the Ackie build I just did. Used all the rest of my sand. So I had to wait for sand. So I got sand now though. So we're going to use the jungle mix, the sand, a little coconut core, and cocoa chips. And we're going to have to mix that all up. We're going to get it nice and wet. We want the consistency to be as such that if she digs in it, it will leave tunnels. It won't just collapse in on itself. Because if it keeps collapsing, she'll just keep digging. So you got to get the humidity straight. And the other thing, which I didn't have in there, because I didn't have the room, is the heat, the temperature. You got to get the temperature right. It's got to be warm enough. So I'm going to have to put a piece of heat tape onto this. I'm kind of hoping that the being in the heat tent, which holds, the grow tent that holds heat really well, that I may not need to use the heat tape all that much after I get it warmed up. But we will see. I will have a thermostat in there. But sorry if I'm stuttering a little bit. I'm a mess over this. I really love this animal and I'm not trying to lose it. Either way, let's open this box up because we're going to reuse the dirt that's in there. And let's hope to God that there are some eggs already in here. Really not thinking that there's going to be eggs in here because she just kept trying to digging around in there. No, she looked like she wanted to deposit something. But I think without the sand and the heat, it just wasn't right. That was a nice shot. Would have been very nice. But it is what it is. This is what we got to deal with. So I got everything we need over here. And we're just going to mix it as we go. Try and get the consistency to where it needs to be. And I don't know if I mentioned this already or not. But I cannot find a legit video on YouTube about doing a lay box and nest box for a Savannah Monitor specifically. So I took the information I could find. And we're going to try and do our best here. So if you got information, you got a Savannah Monitor, drop some comments, help me out, let me know if I'm doing this right, if I'm doing it wrong, what I should be doing. Alright, so we're going to get some dirt in here. Some of this jungle mix that we got from, what's the name, what's that, Zilla or whatever. Let's get some coconut core in there. We're going to add more of each as we go. Get a handful of this to give it some space, some aeration in there. And one of the most important things is the sand. And of course, I cut into the sand when I cut the box open that it came in. So, this should be fun. Want a lot of sand in there because the sand gives it that ability to keep the tunnels. And that's one of the main things we need to keep the tunnels going. You don't want this to be real loose in there. You want to really pack it in there real tight. So, alright, adding a little more water here, but I think I got a pretty good mixture going here. I'm going to come in and she's going to dig, right? Boom, boom, boom. She's going to kick it out and she's going to want to see a cavity like that and it's not falling back in on itself. You see what I mean? So then she can deposit the eggs in there and cover them up. So I think we got a pretty good mix going. I'm just hoping that it's enough and that I can get the right temperatures that she wants and that she spits these eggs out, man. Trying to give her enough room. This is making a mess. That she can get on top of this and just dig. Next thing we gotta do is put a hole in the lid so that she can get in and out of it. Alright, so I got my little edge here. This hole I made last time, she was getting in and out of it, no problem. So we're gonna just mark some rough edges with that and cut a hole in there so she can get in and out of this thing too. So we got our hole cut, we got our box made, put it together, and to be honest, that's all she wrote with that. So that's one issue down. But our girl is still in this small enclosure. So we got a whole nother issue to deal with. So let's get this grow tent going. So I don't know if y'all ever seen somebody use a grow tent for a reptile enclosure before, but this ain't new. I ain't the first one to do this. People do it all the time. It's a great option because it holds in heat and humidity very well. And it's cheaper, and if you make a few modifications, it works perfectly. Honestly, this is the first time I'm ever doing it, so we're going to learn a little bit together, but let's give it a look through. I already put it together, as you see, throwing a little clip of how easy it was of me putting this thing together. One pole pops into the other, bing, bang, boom, you're done. Nice little grow tent. It ain't huge. It's like 5 foot by 2 foot by 2 foot. When I bought it actually a while ago, I thought it was a little bigger than it is. I forgot the size of it. I should have ended this. This is all on me, but alright, so it's a box. That's what it is. It's a box, just like any enclosure is a box. Issues, we have this. These things are made for lights and wires and ventilation and things like that. There are issues. Animals can get through these things, correct? So we are going to have to do something with that. That's one of the modifications I'm talking about. We're going to get some zip ties and zip tie them super tight so that they ain't an issue. And then the other thing that we're going to have to work on modification-wise is lighting. Because obviously you can't just sit a lamp on top of this, a heat lamp or anything. So they have these little things set up for you because lights go in in grow tents because it's for plants. They like the heat and the light. So we're going to take these. I'm going to take these hangers, these screw hooks, and I'm going to attach these to some wood and then attach these to this and then attach our lights to the wood. Our UVB light. Attach it to the wood. Then we got some wood we're going to work with. We got some cork, some random materials that we're going to put in there. She's going to be in this for a couple months before I probably get a little bigger one of these. And then eventually I'm going to build her a 10, 12 foot enclosure myself, her forever home. I'm going to build that, definitely. So stick around. Hit that like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you want to see that build in the future, because that's going to be a banger. Alright, let's get first things first. Let's get this thing secured. That's what we got to do now. Let's get these zip ties out and get this thing secure. I'll get some zip ties, and we're going to take this, get it up as close, tight as we can, and we're going to zip tie it close. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, that's going to be the last one I do, because that's where my wires are going to come through for my lighting. So that one will be the last one I do. So let's get this bad boy flipped around so we can get to the other ones. See what I mean? We got this. It's a hole, basically. That's all it is. So we don't want the monitor getting in and out of there, so we're going to make it as tight as possible. And we're just going to wrap the zip tie right around it. And the zip tie is super tight. As tight as we can get it. So absolutely nothing will be able to get out of there at all. I may even put 2 zip ties on there. You see, I got my hand pushing in on that as hard as possible, and it's not going nowhere. He's not getting out of there. It's just not happening. All right, real simple concept here. We got our screws. We got our wood that you're going to be using. You get a drill, and you pre-drill your hole that you're going to screw into. Now you can just take the screw and the hook and screw it in yourself. It makes it a little easier when you pre-drill it. Now mind you, this is my way, the way I thought of, the way I came up with. There's probably a million other ways to do this. But there goes one hook. We got 4 hooks. We'll have one when I'm all said and done. Alright, so now we got all of our hooks put on here. Now it's time to connect it to the grow tent to fit on. And that's all you're looking for. So now I get my other piece that they sent with it. Put it up here. Bang. Make sure you're clipped in over there. And then bang. Alright, maybe I should have took the whole thing off. Bang. Clip this side in. Oh, that one came out. Alright, now we're locked in. I actually shouldn't even have did this yet, because I should put the I'll get it out. I'll get it out, I promise. I should put the heat lights and the UVB light up under there first. But you see, this is what we're working with. Now we got a spot to drill into and put our lights up there. Should have did it off of it, so it would have been a lot easier to do. So I think I am going to pull it back off and do it. This is what you should be looking at. You got all your light sources right on there. And I forgot that I'm going to need a plant light situation. I got to figure that out. Ain't got enough time to do it tonight. I will do that tomorrow. Let's get this up in the enclosure, see what it looks like, so I can get the substrate in this thing and get some kind of hardscape in there for now and get our girl in there so she can get these eggs out of her. Everything hooked up all the way back to the plug in the back. This is what we looking like inside. All the lights are on point. I'm actually going to cut them out right now while I throw the substrate in there. I got a video on my channel already showing y'all how I make my bioactive substrate, basically my version of ABG mix. And for the monitors like this, I add a lot of extra sand. So I'm not going to waste your time for this, plus I'm using a lot of the old stuff from the old enclosure. I'm going to link that video right up here. Hit that. You want to see how to make some bioactive substrate. Don't forget your drainage layer and the weed barrier. And then you get some substrate. Throw it around the corners of it to lock the weed barrier into place. Sorry, maybe I should be showing a little more of this off. I'm zip tying the wood to the frame. Now I'm going to screw these two together to keep them sturdy. Alright, y'all. I messed up. I underestimated the size of this, man. I do not have enough substrate with making this nest box and all that. I just don't. I had enough to cover it. It's alright. I'm going to put them in here for the night and get this thing finished tomorrow. I don't know what y'all think, man. Everything's screwed together. Branches, it's not done. The hardscape's far from done. I'm going to finish it all up tomorrow. But for now, we got something going. This is going to be all buried a lot, so you can dig a tunnel and all that in there. Put a whole lot more substrate in there. For now, we're going to get him in there and then get his nest box in there. See how he likes it. Our girl goes. See, there I go again. Our girl. She is a girl. Littlefoot is a girl. Tomorrow I'll figure out how to get this light up there. I get this nest box in there. It is a lot bigger, man. I'll tell you that. Definitely bigger. Definitely more like what he needs. Still not big enough, but we're getting there. Alright, y'all, we are back. It's the next day. I had to make a Home Depot run so I could get the rest of this stuff together, get this substrate together, and we're done. I got it all done. Didn't film it. I just wanted to get it done. I had to put her in there last night, as y'all seen. It's because I had to, man. What's best for her is what's most important, not the video. Let's see exactly what's going on. And for those of you who's going to comment, the view, not this, but look at the viewing window. She's in there already on the basking spot. That's not what I was talking about, though. For those of you about to comment, yes, I've heard stories of monitors unzipping it from the inside. So, yes, I do have a lock on there. So, that should not be an issue. The only issue now is her getting rid of these eggs. She's eating a little bit, not the way she normally does. So, bang. The only thing I still got to do is put the grow light in. That's why it's not the brightest in there right now. I should have put a different lamp on one of my filming lights, but I'm tired. It's definitely way bigger. I think it looks a lot better. We got some branches in here. Got two big branches, two of the biggest branches I've ever used. The biggest cork round I've ever used, which got dirt inside and goes down through the substrate, which hopefully will promote her to burrow. I got some grass looking plants in here that, you know, gives it that Savannah vibe. That's where they're from, the Savannah, hence the Savannah Monitor. Nice big water bowl. And being that she's a rock monitor, we got a bunch of rocks. They got little ducky spots, little cave spots in there she can use. And the same hot spot rocks that she had over there before. See, this seems to be her new favorite spot. When I came down this morning, this is where she was too. See her girl right on top of it in the middle. And pray to God, pray for me, y'all, that she dropped these eggs. So I lose this monitor, I'll be a mess. You don't even understand. Oh, look who else is out. Our new little guy. Our baby red Ackie monitor. We need a name for this guy. I don't know if the enclosure built for it. I mean, if the first reptile show videos out or not. I got so many videos coming, man. I got a bunch of stuff filmed. I got to get to editing. So let me get out of here. Hit them like, comment, subscribe. Hit all them buttons. Hit that notification bell. I'm telling you, I got a bunch of videos coming out. So hit them buttons. Help me out. It don't cost you nothing. It helps my channel immensely. And until next time, deuces.